Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around, a little bit of plinking, and I'm playing around with a couple of the new arrivals into the garage here, into the collection. And I brought home 3 of them yesterday from the gun show that I went to. 2 of them work pretty good. One of them needs some parts. We'll get that one fixed up and put online. This one that we're going to be talking about today on this video is a Daisy model 840. The other ones that I brought home was a Daisy model 499B and also what is a Sears and Roebuck version of a Daisy Spittin' Image model 1894. We'll be doing a good video on that one down the road once I get the parts for it. But today we're going to be talking about this model 840. This is pretty cool. So the condition on it is not exceptional. Has some loss of paint on the barrel up here. I did find that JG Airguns does have replacement barrels for it. I'm not sure I want to go down that road though, because I'll lose the date code stamp on there. If it wasn't crushed or something like that, I guess it would be more important. I may just actually strip it down and repaint it down the road. It is a really nice shooting gun, so I think it deserves to be preserved. I've done some playing around with it. I did a little research on it before I started up playing with it. And these were actually intended to be a BB shooting gun. It is a smooth bore, but a lot of people do have and do shoot pellets out of these as well. And it's very, very similar to my Crosman model 781, which is also a single stroke pneumatic, and very very, very similar as far as performance and all of that goes. With the manual, I did find a manual online for this, and in the manual it rates this with steel BBs at 340 feet per second. I did test it with BBs and with pellets. With the pellets, and I got a screenshot of the chronograph here. With the pellets, I was seeing 7 grain pellet, I was seeing an average of about 320 feet per second, which is pretty good, seeing as how a BB is like 5.4 grains, I believe. And so a 7 grain pellet heavier should go a little bit slower. And then I did shoot a bunch of BBs out of it as well. And with the BBs, it was doing right around 336 feet per second, which is only 4 off from what it's actually rated for. So I think that's doing pretty good for a gun that is. So I found the date code on here, and according to the chart that I found online, the first 2 numbers, or first 2 digits, are 6G. So the 6 would equate out to 1986, because that's the first year they made these. They only made these between 86 and 95. So the first digit would be 86, and then G would be July. So July of 86 is when this guy was made. So pretty cool. Coming up on 40 years old. Still doing good. Still shooting with the power that it was originally intended to shoot with. And I shot a couple of groups with it already, and it's an impressive shooter. It definitely deserves to have some sort of little optic, maybe a red dot or a very low power scope on here. But even with open sights, I shot groups with the Meisterkugels, 1-hole groups. So I'm going to do one of each for you guys on camera here. You know me, when I get on camera, I get a little bit starstruck or whatever, and I can't keep a group together usually, but we'll go ahead and see what we can do. So sometimes this would not take a pump before I cocked it. Sometimes it will, but I'll go ahead and do the Meisterkugels first. So the loading port on this isn't bad. It's definitely a lot better than some of the Crosmans, where you gotta, like, at least I can get my thumb all the way in there to get it into the groove. Some of the Crosmans, you gotta like hope and pray as you're dropping it that it actually lands down in there facing the right way, and they're just not great. But let's go ahead and see what I can do. I do have a couple of little the little black Oh, that's not fair. That was me. I bobbled that one. We'll not count that one. That was definitely me. I kind of shivered as I was, or just kind of bobbled as I was getting ready to squeeze the trigger. So let's don't pay no mind to that one. That's better. We're back on track now, folks. So I never read this before, but I found it in a couple of places just recently that the wad cutter profile was actually intended initially for shooting out of a smooth bore barrel, and it really does seem to play out with some of these smooth bore Crosmans and this Daisy here that I have. This thing is really, for a smooth bore, it is quite a nice shooting gun. So other than that one that we're going to throw out right from the beginning, it looks like we're doing pretty good so far. Yep. I think maybe I'll try to start this one out with some sort of red dot on it, see how it does with that, and then we'll go from there and see if maybe we'll put a little 2.5 power scope on it or something like that. Oh yeah, oh, that would drop down a little bit too, but you guys can see that this is open sights in me. So but let's go ahead and move on to some BBs. This thing does have a BB reservoir that you could load up, but it's real easy to load, single load the BB. So that one dropped down low there. Sure did. I think that was a good shot on my part. It is tough for me to see these black sights on that black dot, so that is a tough ask for my old eyes. Fully expect that this thing will be a superb shooter with just the tiniest bit of sighting aid for me. Other than that one bobble there, again, we're really looking good. All right, so I'm going to do one last thing. Stand by. I want to adjust my camera angle, and we'll do what this gun was probably really intended for. Stand by. Alrighty, so I am back. I got some little Plinking targets there. We'll go ahead and see if we can take those out. I'm going to use pellets because I don't want to ricochet and shoot my eye out. I do have dust devils. I could shoot those if I wanted to, but pellets work just as good. All right, we'll start from the easiest and work our way up. Yeah, that's a lot easier to see that than shooting at those black circles through these black sights. All right, now we'll take out the pig. Easy peasy. Okay. Next we'll get that shotgun shell. Ooh, I hit it, but it just winged it. It's interesting, this does have a steel butt plate here, and it keeps attracting to the magnet of my concealed carry holster. Alright. There it is. That was a direct hit. Alright. Can I get that little bitty chicken? There you have it. So anyway, there's my my first look at this model 840. We'll definitely get some sighting aids on here for me, and we'll be putting a head-to-head up against at least the 851 to start off with, and I'm sure probably plenty others too. I'm thinking this is going to be a really accurate gun with just a little bit of sight help for me. You know, me and my open sights are not great, so and it really did good. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.